Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39, here to bring you another NBA DFS slate. Uh, Big slate, 10 games, and a ton of news already, so it's going to be a pretty crazy one. It's going to be a couple different builds, too, which is going to make the slate interesting. I don't know if they'll actually be chalky or not, but um, should be a fun one. So going into this, first play, this one's going to be really chalky, is Kevin Porter. We already know no John Wall, no Victor Oladipo. Um, they don't have many guys that can handle the ball. Sterling Brown can a little, Sean Tate can a little, but like it's gonna be Kevin Porter bringing the ball up for 40 minutes. The worry is a blowout. I don't think it happens. I guess the other concern is him coming off the injury, going on a back to back after playing 41 minutes. Um, but last back to back he did play 38, so it's just too good of a price for the situation. Like it was cool paying 3K for him, but paying 6K, we're gonna look at this and after the slate. If the game's competitive and he gets his minutes and say, man, it was sweet paying 6K for him. But yeah, it's just he's gonna be really chalky, and this is just chalk that I'm gonna eat just because of talent plus price plus situation. It's really gonna be hard to beat a play that's gonna stand out as much as him. Um, Next, you go to the Boston Celtics guys. We already know there's no Kemba Walker, no Tristan Thompson, and that's going to give a big bump to both these guys. Um, Tice is a little like not as big of a smash play, I should say, just because Robert Williams, who's been fantastic, is going to take probably 20 to 25 of his minutes. Um, but like we saw yesterday, Tice still played. He played 26 minutes, was really, really good, and everyone knows Jared Allen as a good defender, but he's more of a statistical defender. He's not like a guy that's going to lock you up. Um, so this is actually a really good spot for him. If anyone knows, we played guys against the Nets all year last year. Um, yeah, just really he's a really good player too. Like he does everything you want in a player. So really like the value there. For Jaylen Brown, no Kemba Walker means that it's going to be the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown show. Probably close to 40 minutes in a competitive game. Gonna see 20 shots. I feel really confident in saying that. Um, but the big thing for him is going to be this assist number. It should definitely go up without with no Kemba. He gets to his value when he's getting these assists. Just gives you the ceiling. I feel confident saying he probably scores 25 points, which is his average, if not more. Um, but getting these assists is going to be big for him handling the ball. So um, really, really like that play in the mid range. Um, Next, we go to Bielitsa. Really, really good value play. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here. So Tyrese Halliburton started the second half last week or last game. Uh, and every time the first sub of the game is usually um, Marvin Bagley for Tyrese Halliburton. But last game he did miss. We saw Bielitsa start um, and have a monster game. The 35 minutes, 43 DraftKings points. But I feel confident like anywhere in the 24 to 27-minute range, I'm fine with. But with the ceiling of a 35-minute game, he really just has he does everything. He passes well, he rebounds well, he could shoot the three, he gets defensive stats. He's just the type of guy I like to play, especially his value. He's probably honestly, I if he starts, and we'll know because it's the first game, I'm gonna guess he's the highest end player on the slate. Maybe Harden, but as I'll mention in a second, there's a reason I think that Bielitsa would be higher end. Um, but yeah, I just you like the slate has plays in every tier, but I want the guys that are probably going to be star scrub, maybe almost star with like a one less scrub. But honestly, he's not going to be like he is 45 DK upside, so I'm not going to call him a scrub. Um, and then finally, we're gonna go James to talk about James Harden. So the big scare with him is that last time that so we already know there's no Kyrie, no KD. Last time that happened, they did get blown out. He didn't touch the court in the fourth quarter, and his minutes just he just didn't come close to value because at 11K, even in this situation, you're going to need the minutes. But and so Indiana's a good defensive team too. Like he'll probably have Brogdon on all game, so it's not like a great spot for him. However, so with all that said, he is going to probably see like 100% of the usage. So if the game stays close, it's going to be because of James Harden, and James Harden's going to have 70 DraftKings points. Thing for me, so all these guys, James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's put up 70 in back-to-back, gets a matchup with Philly, so with Giannis, it's always about staying a competitive game. I think even with no Joe Embiid, it should be competitive and just gives like Ben Simmons, who's a great defender, is not going to be able to he's not going to be able to defend the size of Giannis. Jokic against Charlotte, who just went up against Rashawn Holmes, who he cored, and he had 50-some DK points, and he is not Nikola Jokic, who he's also coming off a 70-point game. Luka Doncic, who's coming off a 70-point game against the Clippers, who he plays again. Russell Westbrook, who's been playing terrific basketball, gets a matchup in the fastest paced game you can get. Same with De'Aaron Fox. We got Jason Tatum, who's going to play with the ball a lot more than Kemba Walker. Domantas Sabonis against Brooklyn, and he could play 40 minutes. It's just there's so many guys at this top tier range that it really does make the slate interesting. So I don't know if I'm going to end up James Harden. A lot of that has to do with there's a lot of guards I like. So I don't know if I'm going to want to pay a lot for a stud guard. So that might be why I lean with Jokic or Antetokounmpo. But it's really going to be a build thing. Because there's a lot of mid-range guys I like. I know there's a good chance that Josh Jackson starts and he's going to get a lot of minutes, and I love playing him when he gets minutes. Marcus Morris is another one. Then you got Jeff Teague and Peyton Pritchard, who should get a big minutes bump. So yeah, it's just gonna be one of those ones where tonight you don't want to have a lot of slates. You play a bunch of guys you want, and then you get stuck with the last guy in that you don't like. But it's I love everyone else, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Tonight you're gonna want to make sure that you like every single player a lot because it's gonna be a high scoring slate. So you're not going to want to have that one guy who be mad at the end of the night when you're like, man, the one guy I didn't like is the one that screwed me, of course. You don't want that. So you're going to want to make a lineup that you're like, okay, there's no one that I don't feel good about here to smash value. So yeah, that's going to do it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be around at Lock because I'm sure there's going to be more crazy news. And yeah, later.